Hello guys and welcome back to Guide to Chicken Dinner episode 3. In today's video I'm RB18 will show you how to control your gun's recoil. Without further ado, let's just get to the game. First thing first, as usual, I want to thank you guys for having to visit my video right now, and I just want to remind you as well that if you like this series, please just like, comment or subscribe, or even dislike, rate this video as you like, and don't forget to share it to your friends, of course, because this will be a very informative video I will show you guys. Are you having trouble with killing people because your aim is off the target? Or you blame the gun instead? The gun is so wild that you could even control it. Why is that so? I've heard a lot of this question lately, or ever since. The reason to that is because you cannot control your recoil. What is actually a recoil? Recoil is a drawback from the gun's explosion from the barrel. That is why the prevention of the explosion itself will actually make the guns go upwards. For some games, if you have played several FPS games, you might actually familiar with these things. So first thing first, before we're talking about recoil, I just want to point out that every guns in PUBG has different recoil. There are types of guns in PUBG to be exact. First one, I want to point out the pistols. Second one, SMGs. Third one, the ARs, or we could actually call it assault rifle. The fourth one is the sniper rifles, or SR in the game. The fifth one is actually the machine gun, which you actually have lots of bullets as an advantage. And last but not least, this for the crazy people out there, the crossbow. So how do you control that? Well, it isn't hard at all. I'll just point out the three stages of shooting. First one is, I will call it you only live once spraying, as it is you don't have to click on the right mouse button, so you just have to spray all the way down and praying to God that your target will get killed. And the second one is hold aim spray. For some people this might actually get a little tricky, because you have to hold the right mouse button as you shoot. This will actually trigger a lot of people in the first game release. It is not something that we used to have before. And the third one is the ADS, or aim down sight. ADS is similar to kind of modern FPS games like Call of Duty or Battlefield. You can actually just hold down the sight for a greater precision and recoils control. But that's not it. If you're just trying to hold down the ADS, you will not actually get a precise amount of shooting. How do you deal with that then? So basically, it's just not as hard as you thought it would be to control recoils. I'll just give you an example on this one, right? So as you can see, the actual spray pattern is going all upwards. It is unlike CSGO, which actually has recoil pattern. In this case, what you can do for your best is actually make a counter movement by moving your mouse down against the pattern of the recoil itself, or let's say this gun. It is not that hard. If you are not getting used to it, you just have to do that every single time when you're shooting. However, after you have controlled this kind of way of shooting, you might be panicked when you're in field meeting someone's close. So I might say that this kind of spray down will actually effective most with the ADS or aim down sights. And how about the other methods of aiming, like YOLO spraying or hold aim spray? So currently in this game you actually have three types of firing, which are single firing, burst firing, and auto firing. So let's just break it down. The first one is single. If you're using the single firing, you might always consider to use the ADS or aim down sight with any kind of sights and hold down the sights. Why? Guns with single firings or semi-automatics, I might say, is actually the example of M16 pistol, snipers, or crossbow, which actually applicable for steady and calm fight, like there are no sign of getting right or something, and then range fights and slow pace fights. Second one is the burst firing. Well, I still don't know why burst exists, so just next to auto firing. So auto firing is when your gun sounds grata-ta-ta-ta-ta. It is actually an automatic gun. It is actually applicable for any types of range, which I will break it down just now. Very close range or indoor is mostly applicable for the YOLO spraying. As you're panicked inside a house, you actually just press your left mouse button or your trigger. Actually, just pray to God that you can have your enemies killed. The second one is the fast-paced close range. Just look at this video for the evidence that I might show you. You see there, I aim down sights, I press shift, and I also spray down. You have to be very focused on which enemy you should pick first, because it's all about tactics. If you haven't seen a video of tactics before, how to pick your enemies or some kinds, just click on the card up above. And the third one is actually panicked in a close range but not indoor, I might say. This is preferably to hold down the right mouse button. Why? If you spot an enemy in such close range, you just have to press the right mouse button and you can actually just shoot it right through, rather than have to spend a split second while aiming down the sight. And actually this kind of tricks actually the best for SMG type, as it has big amount of rate of fire. You will have the advantage of hitting your enemies more often. And the third one is, yeah, I don't know what to say though, just look at this video. So yeah, I think that's all for today. I hope you can learn something new and hope that my video can actually answer your problem to your everyday gaming in PUBG. So if you like this video as I said it, just spread it out, and I don't know what to say anymore, and hopefully that this will get a good feedback. So just, yeah, see you later in Guide to Chicken Dinner with RB8.